Okay, I'm going to be providing you with a few ideas on how to better communication with the students that you'll be helping. So oftentimes when you're doing a presentation, if you have to make one, because in peer tutoring, you do have to make a lesson, it's important to have a lot of visual aids so that they can understand what you're saying, because images are kind of like a universal language. And so even just having a picture of what you're talking to can also build the word to picture connection so they know what you're talking about in future as well. It's also important to talk at a much slower pace than you realize. It's also important to adjust the level of language that you're speaking at. Even if you think that you're going at a low enough level, go even lower than you think, because oftentimes speaking, if you're not adjusting your tone or your pacing, then that can cause it to be more challenging to understand. And then as well, when communicating and if students don't understand what you're trying to say, it can often get really frustrating because you both aren't understanding what each other needs or is thinking. And so it's important to have a lot of patience when communicating and being open to adjusting how you're speaking, because it can again be very frustrating. And so even if you need to just take a second and maybe ask your placement teacher for help, or just to say, hey, I'm having trouble explaining what I need to, can you come over and help this student out? Because you're going to be a very important person in this classroom. Oftentimes you're going to be dealing with students alone, and having to know what you're trying to instruct at their level is very important. And when talking to them, if you're getting frustrated, or maybe if they're telling you an idea or what they have wrong, or what they don't understand, it's important to kind of get down to their level so that they feel more comfortable talking to you, because you really want to build a good, trusting relationship with this student so they feel okay with telling you about their mistakes, because it can feel very personal and embarrassing to tell someone that they don't know what they're trying to say. And then as well, it can be really helpful to introduce vocabulary before giving a lesson. Hopefully your teacher does do that, but if not, it's important to have a good relationship with your teacher so that you're able to communicate your own ideas into how to make these lessons better for students, because as you get more experience, you might have great ideas to help make the classroom even better for them. And then another idea to pitch to your teacher to make it easier communicating with the students is to have very interactive activities, because then they kind of learn the words that they need to or what they need to be doing by doing it, and that can be very helpful.